up, y'all? This is Anton with Simply Marvelous, where there is 8 days in a week, because there's Monday through Sunday, and then there's a Taylor Day. What's going on with you?
I'm hyped.
You hyped?
We just saw Black Widow. Like,
Sure enough did.
first time in the theater in over a year.
Yeah, I went to the theaters last week. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay, well,
but yeah.
Actually, I did too. I went to see Zola. But yeah. But as far as Marvel movies are concerned, last time we were there was what, Spider-Man?
Yep, Far From Home. That was the last one, and it's been a long wait. Long wait. And I don't really want to wait no more. I really want to just get into our thoughts of this because
Let's dive in.
It was a very good movie. Tell the folks where they can find us real quick. Just, you know how we do.
All right, let's get through this real quick. Hit us up on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at simply_marvelous. That's just Marvel and us. And yeah, subscribe, follow, like, share. So you know we have brand new content coming straight to you.
To you, not them, but you. All right. Initial thoughts. How did you feel about the movie on an overall scale?
Overall, I loved it. Still 5 to 7 years too late.
Little late.
Tardy to the party. But still loved it. It was fantastic. What did you think?
Same. I loved every minute of it. Really didn't find anything that I didn't like for the most part.
Yeah.
And, it was a long wait. If it was done a few years earlier, it would have been an all-time classic to me, but you know how things go. So, what was your favorite part of the movie?
My favorite part of the movie, I think every time, either David Harbour's character, Red Guardian, went into like one of his dad's spiels about nothing, or when like Yelena would just like say anything or talk to anything, or just like look into the camera. You know what I mean? Right. Girl's eyes are so big, and she's just a fantastic actress. Like, I'm like, all right, Florence Pugh.
She killed it.
She did.
Florence
what about you?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much what you said. All the new characters, David Harbour and Florence Pugh in particular, they stole every scene that they were in. Mm-hmm. Easily. It wasn't even close. I mean, we've got a lot of ScarJo in our life. We pretty much know where she's coming from, but you hear those thick accents of David Harbour and Florence, like those, it just sounds so
Russian.
You know what I mean?
So
it sounds dope. I love it. Yeah, that's probably obviously the action.
I was so surprised by how much action it was.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. It was like non-stop action. Mm-hmm. And I was in my seat like, It was great. I was very surprised by that.
Another part that I do like is the references from the newer characters about the Avengers and things that we've seen. Where she was making jokes about her landing stance.
Yes.
Why do you do this?
Yelena was just, she would not let her. She had her foot on her neck on that. She's like, why do you do this? You just like expect people to look at you all the time. Right. It's so good.
Yeah. It sounds like a little sister or a sister in general, You see your, sibling on TV or in the news, and like, you pick them apart, basically. That's what siblings do.
Also, just very Russian.
Yeah.
Also, just very Russian. They're like, why do you do this? It's ridiculous. Back in home country, we would never do that anyway.
Oh, man. All right, so let's see. What do you think about the actual story that they told,
Actual story, I liked a lot of it. I liked most of it. Mm-hmm. A couple questions that I have, I think, continuity-wise.
First, spoiler alert, just in case.
But I don't think I'm going to spoil anything.
Yeah, just in case.
Spoiler alert. Up until this point in time, we've heard Black Widow say, like, oh, I'm a monster, I can't have kids, I'm a trained killer, I'm a monster. Mm-hmm. I feel like this film gave her a little bit of reason for why she thought that. especially, this is a spoiler, of her killing Dreykov's daughter, supposedly. Okay, I can kind of see it, but at the same time, I'm like, eh. And then also, in the flashbacks, they were so heavy on her being a ballerina, like the background of Black Widows being ballerinas. We never saw that. They were just trained killers. Yeah. They were just trained assassins. There was no ballet, nothing, no like Black Swan, no Nutcracker, nothing. They were just, maybe like it was because that they were like mentally taken over that they don't need that cover anymore. That's the only way I can see that making sense, but we never see even anyone in some pointed shoes or pink at all in this film.
That's very true. That is very true. I didn't even think about that. But yeah. An interesting point that they made is when Yelena was talking to Natasha, spoilers once again, they said she's from a different era of widows. Sure. So the newer era is, chemically induced. The older era was psychologically, controlled or whatever. And, we always say we're products of our environment. And I think that's why she thought she was a monster. They trained her to be that way, and you fall into those habits, and then you all of a sudden, that's all you know. Yeah. The same way as hood folks. That's just, you come up in the hood, and they say you can't take the hood out of, whatever, how you say it. How do you say that? You can take a man out the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out of the man or the person or whatever. It's very true, though. I've been raised in pretty good neighborhood, pretty good spaces since I was 14, but I remember being back in the hood, and I still talk like I'm from there at certain points, just depending on who I'm talking to. So her thinking she's a monster is, completely that. Where the other Black Widows, they just, they were pretty much robots.
That's almost what I do.
Yeah, they were just robots until they got, freed. But I'm trying to think of anything else.
But as far as the story, I really liked all of it. It was just that thing that I think jumped out at me. Do you want to skip to the last part of the story with the tag at the end? The post-credit scene?
Or
do you want to...
one more thing then. Taskmaster. Master. Since we're going spoilers again.
By now you know the whole video.
Spoilers. It's a female.
Yeah.
It was,
It was rumored.
Yeah, it was rumored early on. I'm glad that never leaked out.
Yeah.
Because it would have messed up some of the story. I wasn't disappointed in Taskmaster per se, but the usage of Taskmaster.
Yes.
I wanted more, especially of the power set that she has, mimicking, anybody's fighting style. I wanted to see a lot more of it. But the only salvation of that is, spoiler, she didn't die. So she can be used in future films, and as well as the other widows and the family, Yelena, and Alexei. So I'm very interested in seeing how they move forward as a unit or however they do it. Now to the end credit.
Yeah, I agree with you though on Taskmaster. I was like, oh, this is not really a mountain to overcome at all.
Not really.
They kind of just locked her up and was like, okay, we got other things to do. But yeah, so as far as like the end, the post-credit scene, we see Val is there with Yelena and also kind of setting her up to go after Clint. That's insane.
That seems dirty.
It's very dirty. Also, it's jacked up because, Yelena as a Black Widow has been utilized for like shady stuff her entire life. And even though I'm just going to assume that she thinks that she's doing like what Natasha would have done, which is like kind of working for like U.S. agencies, but she's still being manipulated.
Yeah, she is. She very much is. Unless Clint has done something other than,
We saw them on Vormir though. It was.
Well, I know that part. Like, before that, he became Ronin though.
Oh, so if he did more things as Ronin,
he was wilding in that certain period of time. So he was wilding out.
We haven't addressed Ronin.
Yeah, maybe he's a wanted man for some of those things he's done. But that's dirty that she would use what he did to her, or allegedly
to get her emotionally invested.
It's dirty. It's dirty. It's a dirty game.
Also, how did she sneak up that quickly? Val is a mystery.
I mean, I think everybody in MCU has the Wakanda sneakers on.
Yeah, the sneakers. The sneakers.
Everybody. But that was a crazy scene, though, that her visiting Natasha's gravesite.
Everyone's been asking, did Natasha have a funeral? Where's her... And now you know.
Where was that? Did they ever say where that was?
No, it's just somewhere peaceful where nobody can bother her. But also, did that mean that you guys went back to Vormir to get her body?
Man. Cap, did you do that? Is that what you did? Did you do that, Cap? We would like to know. And speaking of Cap, Lexi, a.k.a. Red Guardian, references himself crossing paths with
Steve.
Cap.
Yeah.
Is he capping?
I would say he said in the 80s, but in the 80s they were being their like little sleeper cells in Ohio. Mm-hmm. But also
Steve
how
was
long?
On ice.
Steve was on ice, which they pointed out. But also, like, was there a time before then, or was this him again just trying to be Red Guardian?
Right.
Like, I could have been the great. I could have been greater.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some interesting things that could have been going on. It could have been some time travel stuff, with Steve going back in time. Could have been a different Captain America, possibly. It's like, if he's not lying, then that's very interesting.
Could it have been, which is, I don't think so, but could it have been, like, current day Steve when he was going back and replacing all the stuff somehow? They crossed paths then?
That's what I'm thinking. Could be. That's why we need that Captain America.
Did they pull a stone from the 80s? They were in the 70s when they had to go to the base. The bases.
Yeah. With the start with Tony's daddy. I don't know. Interesting though that he would keep referencing that. Yeah. Maybe he was lying. He's the type of person that looked like he would lie just to fabricate the story.
Embellish a little bit. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like if you were to come across anyone, it would have been as Bucky as the Winter Soldier, which they mentioned all of that with Hydra and everything. They mentioned that in the movie.
It couldn't have been Isaiah.
It couldn't have been Isaiah.
No. So I don't know.
I don't even think he would admit to that, even if it wasn't Isaiah.
That would have been he would have still had a shoe in there. Isaiah put them hands on that boy, He's still been pulling that shoe out. I love the Red Guardian jail scene.
Yes.
He really played that part very
David
well.
Harbour went to work.
I like him with the goals too.
Oh, I love
You should just rock goals all the time, David Harbour.
He was so great. He was so dirty and musty, but also just so great. I was like... But if you guys are wondering, like, why Hopper is missing from Stranger Things, it's because, again, he's in Russia as Red Guardian. But I'm sure he was on lockdown. So good.
Oh, man. Anything else that was stuck out?
Think.
I do like how they had the Red Room in the sky.
Yeah, that was really
cool. Pretty cool.
That was really cool.
I didn't particularly like, what's his name? Murkoff? Is that his name?
Dracoff?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was trash.
Nah, he was trash.
He
was clever, but he was trash.
No, he garbage.
Yeah, man.
He reminded me of old boy that was in Born Identity. Remember, like, the original bad guy that was in Born Identity?
I am gonna act like I do.
Anyway, he reminded me of him, and then also with Taskmaster, it really reminded me of in Ant-Man, where they had the same girl who, like, was the bad guy.
Oh, Ghost?
Yes. It's very much like Ghost.
Who is another person that's out in the world that I hope to see again.
They're all going to be on that same team.
It would be dope. It would be dope. Taskmaster, Ghost, would the new Cap be on it? Not
Agent
boy,
Walker.
Your boy. Would he be on that team too?
I just like I would live to see Yelena just clown him 24/7.
Oh, she is.
And then him get mad, and she'd be like, "What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?"
Yeah,
I would watch that.
Yeah. I'm starting to like some of these pieces that they're putting together, though. I don't know how they're going to use them. Speaking of that, Disney Plus, go ahead and shoot the Black Widow series. That'd be a perfect series to bring these folks back. I like it.
I like it, but we're gonna get like significantly less action if they do a series versus a movie. Budgets are just smaller with TV. You're gonna get a lot more CGI rather than like live. You know what I mean?
Right. It just feels like it should be something episodic just because of the whole,
It does.
There's so many widows out there in the world that needs to be freed. And, they always got their hands into something. It just feels like it should be something episodic.
Just think, if you're like a sleeper widow, what type of resume do you have? Boy. I could kill you with my pinky if I wanted to.
But I'm a school teacher.
My special skills. I want to say, I will. You want me to send you to the principal?
I'm teaching.
You don't want to deal with me.
I'm teaching and recruiting your kids at the same time.
Whatever works.
Man, I guess the only thing I have left to say about this is Marvel always has a theme, and I'm gonna put air quotes on this, a woke theme, and this movie was human trafficking and female trafficking, and it was pretty noticeable right up front.
Yep.
Yep. So guard your kids, watch your people, watch your ladies in your life, because that stuff is really happening out here, and it doesn't get talked about a whole bunch, but yeah, it's real as hell. And America, I mean, where I live at, we've heard about a couple instances where people have tried to do it in public places like Walmart and things like that.
They still succeed.
What I mean?
Those are the ones that just didn't
succeed.
Yeah,
oh yeah, for sure. It's going on for real out here, so yeah.
And they bank on people in large not caring about young girls. And they call that out directly in the movie. Marvel at it again.
Yeah, definitely at it again. Do you forgive Alexi and Melina for their involvement in this? Because they are kind of like, it was pretty dirty if you really think about it.
Oh, they were absolutely dirty.
You know what I mean?
But at the same time, it's like one of those things where they were products of their environment as well. I don't think that they necessarily had a choice. You know?
Right.
And that's not to excuse anyone who's at fault for anything that they do. But you think about any of us. It's like sometimes you're just raised in a society, and sometimes you give into like your environment. Right. And it's not like you really have that much of a choice.
Right.
Because it's your environment. It's what you know. It's what you're raised to believe. It's the only way out that you see. The only way to be successful. Like, So, I forgive them mainly because they made me laugh. And I was very entertained. I'm just trying to be transparent. Perfect person. But yeah, I'll give them that pass. But how awesome would it have been had they been an Endgame though? Oh, I keep coming back to that. It would have been amazing if we saw those three at Endgame.
It would have been fire. Well, would they be in Endgame? They would have been in Infinity War first, right?
They would have been in Infinity War, would have disappeared. But remember, everybody was coming.
Yeah,
everybody was coming to play.
Yeah.
In Endgame, they would have been there. If Natasha was there, Natasha would have been dead. But they still would have showed up though, because Doctor Strange would have been like, y'all need to come too. Yeah. Because he would have known. So they would have been there had we got this movie sooner, and that's the only reason. Okay, I hear what you're saying. Like they wouldn't be there because Natasha. No one knows about them. Nope. I purely think that's just because we didn't get this movie sooner. Right. Otherwise, they would have been there. Everybody was there. Everybody got a piece of that pie. Man. We probably gone over 20 minutes. I'm sorry.
Hey, it don't even matter. Yeah.
So good. It was such a good movie.
Yeah, very good movie. I can't wait to watch it again, which will happen very soon. And we'll probably continue this conversation on another video once we dive into the movie one more time and get all the nooks and crannies and listen to Eric Voss and
I knew you were gonna say it, because I was gonna say it. We gotta see what Eric says about it, and then we'll let you know what else we got to say about it.
I I mean, he just picks up on the finer details.
He does.
That's all it is to it.
He combs through there. He goes through there like how those teachers would go through your hair looking for lice.
Oh man.
In school.
Yep, with the monkey technique.
That's Eric.
But overall, so happy to be back in the movie theaters watching Marvel, and they definitely. Well, see, I ain't gonna say how when you showed up to the movie, but did you see you was there to see all the previews?
Yeah, I was running late, not because of CP time. It was. I had a lot of listen. There at one point I was hitting 93 on a back road somewhere, and I had some guy in a Ford car that was rolling with me. It was the two of us just
gone.
Yeah, it was a lot of construction and traffic. So bad.
Yeah, so we're gonna do this a couple more times.
But what trailer were you talking about? I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying it shows so many different trailers that we are about to go watch. Snake Eyes, Venom, Shang-Chi, Eternals. Like all these movies are coming in the next 3 or 4 months, and
Eternals is gonna be so amazing.
Suicide Squad. They didn't even show that, but that's another one we're gonna see.
Mobius. No. Venom.
Yeah, Venom. Definitely.
Venom too. Yeah.
There's so much, and then we obviously just reacted to the What If trailer. We're about to get that as a little, week to week thing. It's like, oh man,
baby, we back.
You know what I mean? Whew, Marvel was not playing this year, so. But yeah, I guess that's it. We'll see you on the next video. Talk more about this Black Widow. Shout out to ScarJo, Florence, and David Harbour. Best parts of the movie.
Shout out to ScarJo because I saw that executive producer tag on there. So.
Oh, she gets executive.
She had the executive producer on there. I saw her in those opening
titles. Shout out for that.
Mm-hmm.
They kissing her tail because they know they were supposed to do this a long time ago. Anyways, we out.